first interview with Claire, owner of the Zen's Tea House Torrance location. Claire, how long you been with Zen's?
Whew, gosh, basically when it started, I feel like I was maybe the 5th employee. I think I was maybe the 5th employee for Zen's. I found you guys at the Whittier Farmers Market and we had a good conversation with Zeke, and he goes, "Are you looking for a job?" And I went, "Of course." So I sent you an email and you were the one that responded, and then that was it. The rest is history.
We're in Torrance, California, and as we're preparing the space, the question was, what is Zen's? Like, how are we gonna make this location Zen's? So we have a cafe in Norwalk, cafe in Whittier, but this is a retail space. So the very nature is different.
Yes.
It's your space, Claire. What do you want this space to be?
I want people to come in and feel welcome, feel like they aren't kind of pushed away quickly. They're welcome to stay, they're welcome to chat. There's plenty of information I have to impart if anyone's willing to listen, so I can answer any questions. Always happy to educate people on tea and wellness.
I guess the question is, like, what is this space gonna feel like when people come in? Because that's the question. Well, as we're creating the space,
Yes.
what is it you want people to feel? Because there was something that I wanted people to feel when I launched the warehouse, the cafe. You know, each one was a little different. And so how are people gonna feel? You know, that's ultimately on them, but we set the atmosphere.
The overreaching tone I'm looking for is just welcome. Everybody's welcome at any time, anybody, come on in, that kind of thing. I want it to be relaxing. I want people to feel like they belong here.
That's kind of hard.
It is.
Because not everyone drinks tea and not everyone wants tea. So, do people, I understand why you say that. But what makes a brand specific is what it's not.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that is a different way to describe it.
So there's something called the brand gap. It's a great book. And when people think of, I want a space that's filled for everyone, that's actually a mistake. Because now you are not focusing on the ideal customer. When you're open to everything, you miss everything.
That's a good way to look at it.
So, majority of the people who buy from us, male or female?
Female, I would say. Because if there's anything I've noticed about our demographic, women tend to be a little bit more wellness-minded than the average man.
So that's the space we're trying to create.
Wellness-minded.
We are creating a space here, and so we cannot begin with, oh, it's open for everyone. It's like, we are looking for women who are health conscious and looking for natural alternatives.
Yeah.
Specifically through tea.
Yes. Tea and herbs.
So when you're creating a space, you develop the ideal customer. And this is a person who has money enough to spend $20 on a bag of tea. But they also have the intellectual capacity to comprehend that this $20 is going to keep them out of the hospital. It's going to make their quality of sleep, maybe sex.
For certain ones, yes.
Yes. That's something that has to be kind of seen. Is like, this is what they're going in for. Are they coming in for boba?
No. Too much sugar in that.
But we're defining what they're not here for.
Right.
Which is very contrary to like, well, but we want everyone to come in. It's like, well, we want the right type of people.
Yeah. It's kind of the same concept of when you own a business, you want the right people on the bus, and then you want those people in the right seats on the bus.
We can agree that we want everyone to be involved, we want everyone to be welcome, and feel loved and cared for. But this space is catered specifically to that type of crowd.
Correct.
Are we creating a space like that?
That's ultimately the goal, I would say. Do we have a demographic in mind for who's going to be the main customer that comes in? Yes. Does that mean that the space shouldn't be welcoming for the rest? No.
Are we setting the tone for that type of ideal customer?
I think we've got a good footing going in here, I would say.
Okay. I think so too. I don't know really what women want, but I do know what Zen's Tea House customers want.
That's true.
And what Zen's Tea House customers want is they want something cozy, they want something boutique, they want something nice and clean.
Yes.
They like clean, they like organized.
Clean goes with wellness.
Yes. And what they like more than anything, which I know we're gonna get because of Claire, is conversation.
Yes. If there's one thing I can do, it's talk.